Alrighty guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me. This is your host ID Jester. We're going to pick up with hole number 7. We're at Pinehurst number 2. And hole number 7, par 4, 400 with Justin Rose, David Toms, both of them sitting at 1 under. This is a big dog leg. Dog leg to the right. For you guys, it's probably a dog leg to the left, but you're looking backwards on it. So, tee shots over 250 yards will travel in the direction of the red grid lines. So, they're kind of going down that way. So, what are the golfers going to do? There's some, if you end up in this, what do they call that stuff? The cream hand pan. Right? So, you want to stay away from the trees. 250. So, what I'm going to do here is, it's going to be Justin Rose, I think, is up first. And what he's going to do is he is going to hit a 3-wood off the tee, which should carry about, he's a wood of 5, about 230 yards, and approximately a roll of 30, which should put him up, probably in this section here. So he's going to hit a 3-wood off the tee. All right, so there we go. So first up, Justin Rose. 1 under in his round here at Pinehurst number 2. 400 yard par 4. Here we go. So rolled a 63 and a 5. 5 is usually a bad number on the woods. Usually your worst results. So 63 first. 63 is a 7. So look at 7. And that is under 3 woods. 7 is 225. There's no adjustment on the fairway to 225. So let's put him out 225 right there, and then we'll look at the adjustment. So 5 is actually, because he's aiming for the middle, he can go either left or right. 15. He will go left 15, because right with 15 was going to put him in the rough over there. So left 15, 5, 10, 15. He will end up there. Now the roll is 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. He is going to end up in the rough right at the corner there. Wow. He's still going to be quite a ways away. 240, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. He's 180 away still. All right, now for David Toms, 180 from the rough. So we need to roll. If he rolls a 6, he gets a bad lie. Everything else will be just a normal lie from the rough. He rolled a 2, so he'll be just a normal lie there. Now, David Toms, he's going to try the same thing. He's going to hit his 3-wood. He is a 6. So 6 should be about 230 with a 25-yard roll. So he's going to try that as well. 3-wood off the tee for David Toms. 3, okay, that's not bad. So 33, maybe you got a good one. 33 is a 4. A 4 says 235, so we're going to put him out 235, and then we'll look at the adjustment here. 235, and you got a 3, which is a left 5, which is perfect. And now the roll is 30 yards. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he's going to be into the rough. And what this says is, tee shots over 250 will travel in the direction of the red grid lines, and second shot will be played from the closest black grid intersection to the spot on the red line where the tee shots stop. So 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, which is just in the rough. Now, we need to figure out where the closest is, and that's going to be this one right here. So he will stay in the rough. Just off the fairway, though, he will... Oop, don't want to hit him. He will be back, let's see, that is 140, 150, 60. He's 165 away just in the rough. And again, we got to roll to see what kind of, okay, so he's got a normal line in the rough, nothing wrong there. So, looks like Justin Rose will be up first again. So, to center the green here, that shows 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. He's 180 to center, but we're actually playing the red pin, which is here, which happens to be 5 yards closer and 5 yards to the right. So he is going to go, oops, do not roll that. He's going to go for the center pin from the rough. So we need something that goes 180 from the rough, 180 from the rough, and he shoots at 5. So if we look at section 5, 180 from the rough. A 3 iron is probably too much. Let's look at the 4 iron. From the rough, it's 185, 190. If you look at a 5 iron, 175. 175. So he's 180 to the center. 175 will put him right on line with the pin. So he's going to go for the center. He's going to hit a 5 iron out of the rough. 5 iron out of the rough. He did not get a poor lie. And let's see how he ends up doing. Let's see. Old school golf. Yes, sir. So he got a 6, which is usually good, but we'll see. 25. And he's using his 5 iron, so that is going to be iron shot. 25 iron is a 4. So a 4 is 180 yards, which puts him right on the green dot. And remember, this says deduct 5 yards roll from all shots landing or rolling on the green. So we'll get to that in a second. Now we look at his 6, which is the adjustment. 6 adjustment is 0. So he hits it right there. And the roll is 15. But we have deduct 5 yards roll from all shots landing or on or rolling on the green. So we deduct it was a 15, so we deduct 5 here, and then the chart also says deduct 5 yards roll from any iron shot taken from the fairway. Oh, and that's from the fairway, so no, he doesn't get that because he was in the rough. So he will go 10 yards, so 10 yards long roll, and he's going to end up back there. And he's going to be 5, 10, he's 5 by 15. 5 by 15. And let's see what that's going to end up being on our chart for distance. And you also, now I realize I've watched some videos, you roll this dice as well. And if you roll a 6, instead of subtracting these dice, you add the dice to the rolls. So 5 by 15 says 53 feet minus the 2 dice. Unless, of course, you roll the 6. We did not roll the 6. So 55 feet minus 6 is 49 foot. So he's got a 49-foot putt coming back as he's chunked that well past the hole. Now, it's up to David Toms. Again, he is 140, 50, 65. He's 165 in the rough. He hits his irons on the 6th line. From the rough, 6th line. 170 plus a roll would take it at 180. That might not be too bad. 40, 50, 65. He's 165 away. Have it land 170. That might still be a little bit too much. He might drop down to a, let's see what a 6 iron. 6 iron from the rough does. Yeah, 165. And again, he's in the rough, so that actually might be a little long too. 7 from the rough is 150. That's the center, though. If he's going for the center, 150. He is 140, 50, 60, he's 165. Yeah, that might be too short. He's going to go with the 6-iron. Going with the 6-iron, he's going for the center of the green as well. This front pin location is going to be hard to get unless you get a good shot. Let's see if he gets a good shot. Oh, he got the 6, which might be good. 45 is a 6P, but on the 6-iron the P is ignored, but it is a 6. So a 6 for him is 160. 160 instead of 165. He's 160, which puts him right there. Now we look at the adjustment of the roll, which is a 6, and that is a 0. And what kind of roll? We get a 15. Minus 5 because of this is a 10, so he's going to be 10 yards past that. 5, 10. So he's going to be a 1 by 2. He's 5 feet over and 10 feet long. So he's going to be a 1 by 2. While Justin Rose was a 1 by 3. So let's see what kind of distance he's got left. All right, so he is a 1 by 2. 5 yards by 10 yards is actually what he's at. 5 yards by 10 yards is 38 feet. Minus 4 is 38 minus 4 is 34 foot. So 49 footer for Justin Rose here. And we're going to be using, let's see if there's anything else we need to know about. Nope, doesn't look like it. Nothing on the green. We're going to use putting chart number 1. Putting chart number 1. Alrighty, so Justin Rose, 49 feet, which means he's the 40 to 59 group. He is going to lag this up. You got a 56 lag putt of 29. Ooh, that's probably not good. 29. 29 says 3 foot, so he's got 3 feet remaining. And for David Toms, he's at 34 feet. He's at 26 to 39. He will also try to lag this up there. 6-iron going for the cups is Al. That's right, buddy. And he got a 21 on his putt, which is a 17 on the lag. 17 on the lag, which is 2 foot. So he's inside of Justin Rose. Now, Justin Rose for par, 3 feet away. 3 feet away. He needs anything but a 36. He should be fine. Justin Rose got a 16. That's a 26, so he taps it in for his par. David Toms, again, he is 2 feet away. Anything but a 36. He got a 35, which is an 11. He's fine as well. So both competitors with a par here on the hole number 7. Well, how about that? More pars. Hole number 8 is a par 4, 470 yards. And for Justin Rose, he's going to aim just straight ahead with the driver. Straight ahead with the driver. So we'll put his little token out here. So we'll just put it out there. He's going for the middle. And about 275. That's fine. The cream hand. Yeah, we got all that. Add 10 yards roll to all tee shots traveling 290 yards or farther. Add 10 yards to all tee shots traveling 290 yards or farther. Okay. Deduct 5-yard roll from all shots landing or rolling on the green except the red green lines. All shots landing or rolling on the red grid lines will roll off the back of the green and will travel 20 yards forward. All shots landing and rolling on the red grid lines will roll off the back of the green and travel 20 yards forward. Okay. So you won't want to be long on this. Fortunately for us, Our flag is located in the front. You don't want to go long. All right, so Justin Rose. On all missed putts from past the pin, double the distance of a remaining putt. So, all right, here we go. Pinehurst, number 2, hole number 8. Drive by Justin Rose. He got a 12. 12 is a 17. That's 250 yards. And his miss hit is 2. That's horrible. And his right 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. And he has hit the tree. He's hit the tree right there off to the right. Mishit that. He hooked that one well to the right. And if it hits the tree, it just stops at that point. Fortunately for him, he can chip it back onto the fairway. And he's also on the pine straw. So again, we got to see what kind of lie he has. 4, he's going to have a normal lie under the tree there. He actually might have a shot maybe about 100 yards up where he doesn't cross another tree somewhere over in this vicinity. We'll see. All right, so Justin Rose, not a very good tee shot. David Toms, he will also go for center of the fairway. 270 yards. So let's see what happens. He rolls a 34, which is an 8. 8, which again is just 250. And he got direction 2, which is right 10. So right 10 is going to stay in the fairway though. And now he's going to get the roll. The roll is 30 yards, so that is 25-30. So he's at 280 in the fairway. Well struck there by David Toms. He is in the fairway. All right, so if we look at our trees, we are using pine trees here. We have to see what kind of outcome from Justin Rose. 34 on the trees. 34. The longest he can take is a 5-iron. The longest he can possibly hit is a 5-iron. All right, so let's look at the 5-iron section. So this is the longest he can use. He can hit it out of the rough about 180 yards. He's at the 220 yards away, so he's still going to end up well short. What he thinks he's going to do is maybe drop all the way down to like a 9-iron. Maybe an 8-iron. 8-iron from the rough will leave him 220. 120 would be 100. 125. 150. Yeah, that will leave him about a 70-yard shot. And no, he's going to have to drop. He's going to have to drop down because he's not going to be able to sandwich. Yep, he's going to use a sandwich, and he's going to aim. Let's see, it's 100 yards, so it would be 120. He's going to aim left 20. Left 20. Because that will not be blocked by the tree in front of him. So sand wedge from trying to get just a decent shot back in the middle of the fairway. He's aiming left 20 for Justin Rose. Oh, we got a 6. 44, that should help though. 44 is a 3. A 3 sand wedge is going to be 100 from Portalai is still 115. So he's at the 120. So 100 yards to take him to the 120. 15, 1, 2, 3 will take him to the 105 yards. And he was aiming 15 left. Now let's see what his result of 6 is on that. His result of 6 is a 0. And he does get 5 yards a roll. So he will be 100 yards away. Perfect position to come into the flag line. 100 yards away. Right there is Justin Rose. All right, now for David Toms. He is 170, 80. He is 190 away. 190. What's he shoot 190? Maybe a 6 iron. Nope. Looks like maybe a 7 iron. Let's see, or 5 iron, sorry. A 5 iron from the fairway. He hits a 6. He hits at 190. Okay, so he's 190 away from the center of the green. The pin is 10 yards closer, so he really wants a 180. 180, and he is going to go for the pin since there's no trouble in the front. He's going to aim at the pin. So 180 away. He's 190. 10 yards closer would be 180. So 180. He's going at the pin. David Toms. Sorry, not Justin Rose. David Toms. 180 yards away. Let's see what he can get here. That is a 52. 52 is an 18. Not great. With his 6 iron from the fairway. 16 is 175. So he was 190, 180. So 175 is going to put him 5 yards short of the flag. Now let's see about the direction. Oh, it was a 2. Direction is 2. What was that number? 52 is an 18, right? So he's 18 from the fairway. Was 52 is an 18, yes. All right, that was 170 and a 2. Oh, that's not good. Unfortunately, that goes right 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. So he lands in the rough right there. And the roll is 5-yarder. And he will end up in the rough right there. So not a great second shot by David Toms. He's pin high. He just happens to be 5, 10, 15, 20 yards to the right. He's ended up being pin high, just 20 yards to the right. All right, so 100-yarder coming in. 100-yarder. For the wedge. He's going to go right at the pin for his third shot here. Justin Rose. Got to get this one in close. He rolls a 31. That is a 4. And he hits his irons 5. So iron 5 and a 4. It's pin high inside 5. So pin high means he lands it right at the pin and goes inside 5. So he's just at the right distance, just 15 feet minus or plus these dice. Again, roll a 6 on this. You add the dice instead of subtract them. It's going to be 15 minus 10. He is 5 feet away for par. Great recovery by Justin Rose. 5-foot putt. Now we have a 20-foot, 20-yard shot out of the rough. With the little sand wedge. David Toms going for the pin. He rolls a 14. That is a 7. 7, and he uses iron number 6. And he's going for the pin, so it's -5. Direction is perfect, but he ends up 5 yards short. Almost right where he ends up in the same spot, actually. So again, we got to check his distance. He's a 0 times 5, which is 15 feet. -6 is a 9-footer. So a 9-footer, so that was his first, second, that was his third. So 9-footer for par, we use putting chart number 2. All right, so 9-footer for par, he needs anything 16 or less on his card, and it will get in. Take care, Al. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Good to see you. 25 on the putter is a 5, and he's going to put that in for par. And now Justin Rose, 5-footer. He needs anything from 29 or less. That is a 31, and he got an 8, and he pars that as well. So par for our men. And we move on to hole number 9. This is par 3. Let's see what we have here. Okay. The cream hands pan sand plays like a sand trap. All shots that land the green patch of wiregrass require a roll of 1 die. Roll a die of 1. Clean line, blah, blah, blah. Center of the green is 175. All shots landing or rolling on the red grid lines, which is going to be the front edge. We'll roll back 10 yards backwards off the front of the green. All shots landing or rolling on the white grid lines will roll an additional 15 yards forward. So that's that way. You go beyond. All right, Justin Rose first. All shots landing. Yep. All right, so he needs, if he goes for the pin, that is the same distance as the center. So that is 175. So he's looking for something that goes 175. He uses his irons as a 5. That's a 7-iron. 175. And he'll get a 5-yard roll, but if you deduct 5 yards from any iron shot taken from the fairway or tee that lands from the green. So he's looking at his 7-iron here. He's going for the pin location. Let's see if he can nail this one in there close. So we got a 23. 23 is a 6. 6 is 180 yards. And the direction is left 5. 180, L5, 180. So that is 175, 180, and left. So he's going to be 5 and 5. So he's diagonal. If we look at the, right, if this is the box, here's the pin. He's diagonally across, which means you're 5 by 5, right? So a 5 by 5 gives you a 5 by 5 gives you a, what does the 5 by 5 say? 23 feet plus or minus the 2 dice. 23, and that's not a 6, so it's minus 23 minus 10 is 13 foot putt for birdie. 13 footer. All right, well, let's check out what David Toms does. He's going for the pin as well. And he is looking at irons of number 6. So he's probably looking at 6. 180 would be a 6 iron. 170 would be a 7 iron. Of course, this is 175, so it's right between those two. Does he want to be short? Probably. So he's going to use his 7-iron. He's going to hit a 7-iron. Let's see how that works out for him. 7-iron. Ooh, 1-1. This could be good. 1-1 with the iron. Oh, that's a 24 actually. 7-iron 24. Use iron rating for the result number. So his iron rating is a 6. So we use column 6, which of course is 170. So he ends up 5 yards short. Now let's see which direction it goes. Direction number 4 says left or right 5. It's up to the the shooter, and in this case he is going to go right because left will put him off. So he will go right and be right where the blue pin location would be, which means he is also a 5x5. Pin is over here this time. He is down here, so 5 by 5. So he will also be shooting, what is it, 23 feet? Is that what it was? 23 plus or minus the dice. Okay, it's not a 6. 23 minus 5 is 18-footer. So an 18-footer for David Toms, a 13-footer for Justin Rose. We'll do David Toms first, his 18-footer. We use chart number 2. Putting chart number 2. Okay. So 18 feet puts him in the 16 to 20 category. And this is for birdie. So he needs a 5 or less to get the birdie. Oh, 66. And he's got it. That is a 1. And David Toms rolls in the 18-footer for birdie and goes to 2 under on his round. Wow, look at that. Awesome. Now, 13-foot for Justin Rose. He needs a 10 or less. 10 or less and it'll be in. He rolled a 12. Justin Rose 12 is, oh, it's a 32. That is not a good putt then. 32 takes him all the way down the chart. He's 3 feet left for his par. And that's not a give me. If he gets a 36, that could be trouble. 32 is a 34. Oh, just about missed it, but he does get the par putt to go in. So David Toms goes to 2 under, and Justin Rose stays at 1 under after 9 holes. They complete the first 9 holes here at Pinehurst. Let's look at hole number 10. This is a long par 5, 607 yarder. 670 yarder. There's some information about this and that. Yeah, all right, so 270 yarder right down the middle for David Toms. He's just going to aim middle again. David Toms aiming for the middle here, 275. Let's see what he does with the driver. Brings out the big stick. 26 is a 16. That is 255. 255 and direction 5. Fortunately for him, he was aiming center, which means he gets a choice of going left 45 or left 5. He will take the left 5, obviously. Now, if he was aiming left, he would have to take the left 45. But because he wasn't aiming left, he was aiming center, he gets a choice. And he'll get a 30-yard roll. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 285-yard drive in the middle. You can't complain about that, I don't think. I mean, you could complain about it, but won't do you much good. There's second shots here. 275, 375, 475, 525. That would be 250 to get there on their next shot. Well, let's see. All right, so 285-yard drive for David Toms in the fairway. Justin Rose, again, right towards the middle. 54 is a 14. 265, so let's mark him first. 250, 65. And now direction 4. Wow, fortunately for him, again, he would have ended up, direction 4, sorry. Direction 4 is L25. That's going to be bad news for him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He is in the rough there. And now I need to spin this dice around so it's not in the way. There we go. And he's in the rough. And he gets half the roll on the 54 is a 14. And that would be 30 yards, so it's going to be 15. 5, 10, 15. So he goes 280, and he's in the rough. So since he's in the rough, we have to roll a die. 2, he's okay. He's got a decent lie. But he is in the rough. So from the rough, if he uses his 3-wood out of the rough, he can get it about 220. So 275, 375, 475, 495. Which will pit him there. So he's got to aim. That's 200. Wait. He is 275. He's at 280. 380. 480. 490. 500. He will be right at the 500 marker if he hits it normal. Out of the rough. 220 yards. Put him at the 500 marker. So he definitely wants to aim right. Because that'll be right there. He's going to aim 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to aim 20 yards. Right 20. He's aiming right 20 for his shot out of the rough. He's got his 3-wood out. Has a 61. He's hit it 7. 7 is 215, so he will end up at the 495 marker. And now we have to check his direction, which is a 5. 5 means, this is going to be bad, because he was aiming right 20. He's got to go right 30, which means he goes right 50 total. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Wow. And that is going to be right there. And that is in right between those two trees. And it hits the cart path. Or, well, what color is that? It's right on the cart path. So he would get the bounce to go forward, and he would hit the tree and then stop right there at the 110 marker. But fortunately for him, he's right at the edge of this tree, and he's got a clear shot to the green, nothing in between them, as long as he doesn't get a bad lie, which he doesn't. So he's okay. He's on the cart path at the 105 marker. Way to the right. So he was going 20 right, and he got the roll. He got the R30 on the chart, which didn't help. Well, all right. So now David Toms, he is at 285 from the fairway, and he hits at 6, which would be 230. 275 and 230 would be 505, 515. So 515 is what he can expect, which will put him 5, 10, 15. So he's going to aim 5, 10. He's going to aim right 15. He's going to aim right 15. It's got to get over this little hill and then back over that way a little bit. So let's see how he does from the fairway. So he's got a little bit easier shot than coming out of the rough at least. All right, 34 for David Toms. He got an 8. An 8 is 220 yards. So he's 280 and 220 is exactly 500, right? Yep. Every time I count it. 275, 280, and he rolled 220. So that would be 500 yards. And now the direction is 1 left 10. He was going right 15 and the left 10, which means it goes right 5. And that could be problems because right 5 is going to be plunk right into the sand. Right there, the yellow sand. Right there. And plunk. Now, does he get... No, when you land in the sand, you don't get any roll whatsoever. So he's right at the 115 marker in the corner of the sand. And I'm not sure if you get a bad lie in the sand or not, but we'll roll it just in case. Okay, that's fine. All right, so Justin Rose, fortunately just under a few branches of trees, gets a little bit of shade here. Just right next to the, that's so interesting that it went from the cart path into the tree, which made it stop. I believe it stopped, so let me just check the rule. I'm not sure if you half the distance. I think once you go into the trees, I think you stop. I could be wrong. Somebody knows, they can correct me, but so that goes like skirts right along from the cart path, hits this edge of this one tree, and forces the ball to stop, which means he's at the edge of the tree. There's no trees in his way. He doesn't have to worry about that, and he's at 105 yards. So 105-yard shot. He is in the rough, though. He is in the rough, 105 yards. So, let's see, 105 yards. He uses his irons 5. So he could end up from the rough -5, -10, +10, +5, pin high, outside, inside. Jeez. Well, if he goes for the pin, I think he will go for the center of the green, actually, which just happens to be 5 yards over from our pin location. He goes for the middle of the pin. You can go right, left, right, straight at it. You know what? He'll go with the pin. I mean, you're talking only a 5-yard distance. It's not like you're talking, some of the other flags. This one seems to be pretty close. So his third shot to get close, he's going at the pin. He rolls a 46, and he's using an iron that is a 19R. R says, from fairway and rough, deduct 12 numbers. On results 23 to, let's see, rolled a 19. On numbers 13 to 23, yes. All right, so deduct 12 numbers. So he's a 19, he goes down to deduct 12. That goes to a 7. Goes to a 7, and he uses iron shots 5. 5 and a 7. And he was coming from the rough. Ooh, so he's going to be depth, extra, plus 10, inside 10. Plus 10, inside 10. So he's going to be plus 10, 5, 10, and inside 10, which means it'll move this way, and he's going to end up right there. That's where he landed. So he's well over. He's 10 yards past and 10 yards over. So he's a 10 by 10 away. So he's probably going to have to chip that back up. Now, I don't know, let's look at the sand wedge shot now. Where's the sand wedge shots? He's at 105 yards. 105 yards sand wedge shot from the sand. He's 6. Yeah, 105 would be perfect for him. Actually, he is, let me think about that again. He is 115 away. No, he'll use the sand wedge. 110, yeah, 110 seems about perfect. 6. Well, he hits it 105, but he can hit it farther, softer. All right, so anyways, he's going to use his sand wedge out of the sand. Let's see if he can, what he gets. So he rolled a 43 on the iron. 6P. No P there. So he got a 6, though. Unfortunately, it only goes 105. He is 100 and... He's 110, so he's 5 yards short. So that's going to be right there. And then we need to see direction, which is 4. 4 goes left 10. 5, 10, and plunk right in the white sand right there. Right there. Oh, let's get the other one. There we go. So neither one hit the green on their third shot. So let's go back to Justin Rose. So he is got a 2 by 10 by 10. What's the distance on a 10 by 10 shot? Let's see. A 10 by 10 is... it's probably going to be a... it's going to be a 15-yard wedge shot for him. So he'll use the wedge shot. He's going to go for the flag just behind the green. He could actually technically putt this because he's in the fairway 1 square off of the green. But I think he'll be better off just chipping it on his... Let's see, this is, that was 1, that was 2, that was 3. So this is 4th shot. I'm going to try and chip it up there. 56, sorry. 56 is an 18R. R from fairway and rough. Deduct 12 numbers. So 18 is going to be a 6. So it's 6, and he uses iron 5. He uses iron 5. He rolled a 6, and he's coming out of the rough. No, I'm sorry, he's coming out of the fairway, which is pin high and direction of 0, which it should be. These guys are that good. So he's going to end up getting it right at the pin location. So let's see what that does for him. All right, so we will, if we stop at the, once the shot is landed on the green, the putting distance will be established. The following chart, blah, blah, blah. So we roll a die, and it is a 2, which means he's 1 foot away for his par. 1 foot away. That should be pretty easy. Now let's go to David Toms coming out of the sand. Coming out of the sand, he's only 10 yards away from the out of the sand. So he's going to have a shot out of the sand. Ooh, 66 though is a 12, and that is going to be from the sand. Oh, if you came from the fairway, it was in. If you came from the rough, it was in. But coming from the sand, it is pin high. Unfortunately, if he was anywhere but the sand, that would have been in the hole on the 6-6. But unfortunately, it's not. And he is going to end up just 3 on that, which means he's going to end up very close. 3 is 2 feet away. So 1 foot away and 2 foot away for par. I think these guys are going to be able to do this. Putting chart number 3. All right, so we'll go with the 2 foot David Toms. He needs anything but a 36 on his putter. 36 is a 30, so he's good. Justin Rose with 1 foot away. He needs anything but a 36. He got a 65, which is a 35. Holy cow. That was about the closest you can get without... 35 is in, believe it or not. But that is... Yeah, 36 would have been a problem. So they both get their pars here on the par 5. Hole number 10. It was a challenge, but they did it somehow. All right. Hole number 4, 477. David Toms still up with his -2. Justin Rose. So David Toms first. He's going to go... He's going to aim... there's 275. He's going to go left 5. He's going to go left 5. He does not want to mess with that cream handpan sand. Let's see what he does with the old driver. So it is a 32. 32 is an 18. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. He got a terrible drive again. 245. So 245, left 5, and then he goes another left 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then he's going to get half a roll because he's in the rough of 15 yards. 5, 10, 15. He's at 260. He's at the 260 mark. In the rough. Way off on the left-hand side. And that brings up Justin Rose. Well, yeah, he's going to do the exact same thing. He's going to aim left 5 with the driver. That is a 23. 23 says 6. That seems a little better. 255. So we'll put him 255, left 5. And now let's check the direction dice, which is 3. 1, 2, 3, which is right 10. That should be just fine, which puts him 5 yards. So he's going left 5 and went right 10, which takes him just left. It takes him right 5. And now the roll on this. This is going to be huge. What did he end up rolling? 23, which was a 6 again. So he's going to get 35 yards a roll. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So he's going to be at the 285, 290. So quite a difference there. 260 and 290. And one's in the rough. And he's a million miles back. He's at 200, 210. He's at 215 from the green. 215. Let's see what he can hit from the rough. 215 yards with his woods of 6. 2 iron will take him, let's see what his 3 wood does. 215 for his 3 wood out of the rough. Oh yes, because he's in the rough, we need to roll and see if he's got a bad lie. He does not, fortunately for him. Okay. So he's going to bring out his 3 wood. He's going to aim for the center of the green. Just try and get it on the center of the green. He's 215 yards away. Center of the green. 56. He got the 6, so I don't know if that's good or bad yet. 56 with his woods is a 16. He's coming out of the rough. 16 is 210 yards. All right, we already said he was 200, 205, 210, 215. So he's 215. So if he hit a 210, he's 5 yards short of the center. Now let's look at the direction of 6. The direction of 6. Oh, fuck. What was his number? 16. Left 30. Left 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30's in the rough. And he will bounce forward half his roll, which would be 25. Half of that is 12 and a half, so that'd be 10, which is fine because he's going to hit that tree and die right there. He's got a 40-yard chip across the green. He's got a 40-yard chip across the green, left. Now, from the fairway, Justin Rose, he is sitting 275, 285. I'm sorry, 185. 185 for his second shot. 185. 185. What do you got that goes 185? 7 iron? 6 iron. 6 iron. He's going to take his 6 iron. He's aiming for... He's going to aim for the center of... Or he's going to aim for the pin. He's got to go for the pin. He's going to go for the pin. All right, he rolled a 32. 32 is a 27. Oh, boy. 27 is not going to be great. That is 170. He is what did I say? He was 175. He was 185. 185 to the pin. And he hit it 170, so he hit it 15 short. 5, 10, 15. Now let's see the direction of 5. 27 in direction 5. Says left 15. Actually, that's 5, 10, 15. Okay. And the roll on that. Jesus, 32. What was it? 27. Roll of 15. Now, he's going to cross the red grid line, which says... all shots landing on the red grid line will kick 15 yards left off the side of the green. He did not land it there. He is actually going to roll it up 15 yards from there. 5, 10, 15, which means he's actually going to be pin high because he gets the 15 yards he lost from his crappy shot back on the roll. So he's back to pin high. He's 1, 2, 3 over. So he's 0 times 3, or 0 times 15 actually. 0 times 15 means it's a 45-footer plus or minus 2 dice. 45 minus 12. That's huge. 45 minus 12 is 32. No, 33. 33 foot putts for a birdie. Now, let's go to David Toms, shall we? Oh, David, what are you doing to me, my friend? You've got a 40-yard, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40-yard, 45-yard chip. 45-yard chip. He will go for the pin. And he rolled a 32, which is, oh, another bad one. 17. 17, he uses column 6. 17 and his 6. He was going at the pin. He is in the rough. And that is going to be pin high. Inside 10, though. Pin high. Inside 10. Alright, so he's going to chip it to the pin location, and then it goes inside 10, so that goes back towards the center. Some backspin, maybe, or whatever. He just ended up short by 0 by 2 grids. 0 by 2 grids says, or 0 by 10 yards, 30 feet minus 2 dice. 30 minus 7 is 23 footer. So we got a 33 footer and a 23 footer. So 23 or 33 yard putting chart 2. 33 for Justin Rose and his birdie. Chart number 2. Okay. So he needs, what's he going to do here? He's 33. He could get it in. Leave himself a 4, 5, 6 foot putt. That's right. He's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. 26, a 39 foot putt. He rolled a 54, 26. That is not what you want to see there. 26. And he left a 4-footer. Wow, he blasted that past the hole. And it's going to go all the way past for 4-foot past for his par. Now, for David Toms, he's got a 23-foot putt. He is going to go for it as well. 65. Oh my gosh, he got a 34. And since he went for it, he's going to end up well past, 6 foot past. So they've both got some work coming back for their pars. First, David Toms with his 6-footer. He needs 25 or less, or he's going to be in trouble. 53, and that's a 14, so he will make it. And now Justin Rose with his 4-footer. He needs a 33 or less. He rolled a 13, rolled a 15, and they will both par the 11th. Wow. All right, hole number 12. And I think I'm going to call this episode to a close. I've got to get back to work, so I was just doing this during my lunch hour, and so it's time to get back to work. So I'll see you all later. Take care, guys.